Between the United States and Iran could produce a diplomatic breakthrough in the region. We learned in the past hour Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice will attend a follow-up meeting on Iraq in Istanbul next month. For the first time in 2 years, the U.S. and Iran were at the same table as they were discussing ways to end the bloodshed in Iraq. MSNBC analyst Raghida Dergham is senior diplomatic correspondent with Al Hayat newspaper. Raghida, great to see you today.
Great seeing you, Contessa.
Put this meeting into some perspective now. How significant is it to see the United States and Iran at the same table?
It's significant, but it is not a turning point. It's an important story to watch, but I think there is a mutual test of intentions on the table really now and for the next conference at the level of the foreign ministers. I don't believe anyone or either party has turned the page to a comprehensive dialogue about every other story that's going on, and it's every other issue that's on their minds. But I think the Iranians and the Syrians wanted this, and I think the Iraqis needed to call for such a conference, and that the United States needed somehow to cast off blame, or the administration rather, for not taking up the suggestions by the Baker-Hamilton committee that said, speak to Iran and Syria, see what they can do on Iraq.
You know, Raghida, in this case, it was Iraq that called this summit together. And
Indeed.
Here's the United States and Iran both showing up with 10 delegates each. Everybody else at that table brought 3 delegates. Do you think that the Iraqis are worried at all that the relationship between the U.S. and Iran might overwhelm what the real purpose of this meeting was, which is security in Iraq?
First of all, everybody had painted themselves in a corner, and that's why all parties are trying to get out of the corner, including the Iraqis. The Iraqis welcomed, or actually took the initiative in calling for the conference, but the idea, and I know that as information came from the Iranians and the Syrians, they really wanted to be in a regional international conference. The United States took up the issue and accepted the idea only if the invitation comes from Iraq. But I think the Iraqis needed that the Americans and the Iranians and the Saudis as well have a conversation on what's going on in Iraq, what's to be done later on. Of course, the Iraqi government has got a lot to do itself, but I think the disintegration of Iraq is something looming in the mind of everyone, and everybody got scared. The Iranians are in a corner because also the international community is warning them. It's saying, you know, we're watching your nuclear ambitions, but we're also watching what you're doing regionally.
A lot of eyes around the world on this meeting right now. Raghida, thank you.
Thank you.